All right, guys, let's talk about what's going on in the market today, right? One of the most important things that I've seen currently is the news about Tesla selling its BTC and whatnot, right? Almost $1 billion worth of BTC. By the way, if there's any noise or anything, I'm just parked up on the side of the road, so do excuse me. And if you're new to the channel, guys, do consider subscribing. It does help the channel. Hit that like and share if you find the information valuable. Anyway, let's leave that aside. So Tesla sells XYZ amount, 936 billion, or million, sorry, million, almost $1 billion worth. And they sold around the price of around $29,000. Now we know $29,000, the last time we saw that was around March. So the news coming out currently in July, that's bad. Because the thing is a lot of the chart analysis we've did for future projections and whatnot, right? When we're looking at trend analysis, we're doing trends, we're doing momentums, we're looking at volume, we're looking at so many different things in order for us to actually see what the market may do, or the probability of what the market may do. One thing we don't factor in is institutions. We don't know what they're going to do, because they could be spontaneous, they could do something secretly, and then they can announce it later. I mean, we can call ourselves fortunate, very fortunate, that Tesla has announced its quarterly earnings and whatnot and this and that, and that information is publicly available. We are fortunate because of that. However, what the fact is they sold it back when it was 29k, and they actually probably dumped the market, probably helped the market go down even further, right? So you got to understand this. So Tesla didn't help the market, didn't help the charts, didn't help any analysis whatsoever. And when the news came out, of course, a lot of people were still being bullish and still going on, because the trend is positive right now. Of course, maybe today it's a bit down, but I haven't checked it anyway. But the point is when you're starting to do trends, or analysis, right? Let's just call it analysis. Humans and companies or institutions and whales, what they've done in the past is never factored in. So when the news breaks out, I always said this to you guys, listen, the news is always old news. We've never had any fresh news, right? If Tesla done this and then announced it a week later, by all means, but they never announced it. You see how crafty they are. They never announced it. Is it a bad thing? No, it's a good thing. In my opinion, if they dumped it, it's fine. But it messes up all the charts. So right now, I've been thrown off completely. I'm like, hold on, where is the bottom? What can be the bottom? What do I have to do now? I mean, how do I analyze this? Because the facts are now different. Because the fact is that they did dump the market. They dumped it all the way down to 18.5k, almost close to 17.5k, close to 17.5k. They dumped it there, right? So now we've started to bounce up. Now the question is that the bottom? Is that a true bottom? Or it possibly could be. It could be a true bottom. There's another chart that I have shared with you guys months ago, and I did have an analysis there, and I said that there's a buy zone, there's a target, and it was around the 19k. So everything was accurate, and I think the dump that Tesla did brought it down even further. And that's what gave us the 17.5, because that was the first time we went below our previous high. So the previous bull run high, we've never gone below that. And I think that's what triggered it. So now, obviously, we're doing assumptions and we're saying, okay, this is probability why this happened, right? So that means the bottom itself now could be a little bit higher up. So that means that the 18.5k that we tested twice could actually be the true bottom. Again, I'm saying using the word could because there's no absolute. But if it is, it's a good thing, and I think it's time we start DCAing. And I have mentioned this to you guys a couple of weeks ago as well, probably a little bit longer, and I said, guys, DCA, you'll never go wrong, so start DCAing. Absolutely. I even sent a message out yesterday. I said buy, because I'm seeing signals that we're going to start coming down again, and it's a good idea to actually start buying while it comes down. And I mentioned this a few days ago as well on Discord, and I said, guys, look, the market looks bullish. Everything looks bullish. Of course, the stochastic RSI is signaling that we are overbought. That means it's going to come down, and it's a good opportunity to buy. But so far, the trend is very positive. I think if we're definitely holding that 20k level as a new support, and if that's the case, then we should be starting to see move up. However, bear in mind, until we hit that 28k threshold where we were, like that 28, 29k, that big candle, and I think that's the one Tesla was involved in. So if that big wick itself, if we, sorry, big candle, if we can invalidate that, then we're super bullish. We're going to be definitely moving back up. However, if we don't and we get rejected there, then we could come back down significantly even more. So that's what I'm looking at. But so far, everything seems okay. We had the other day, I shared a screenshot. We've got the 21, we've got the 50, we've got the 100, and we've got the 200. And I've mentioned how we want to flip them all over. We want the 200 to be on the bottom, the 100, then the 50, and then the 21. And so far, we're on track. We've gone beyond the 21. We are about to, we have tested, I think we have tested it on the 3-day, I believe, if I'm correct, the 50-day moving average or the 50 moving average. We've tested that. I just want to see us go above that and stay above that. The more we do this, the better it is. And of course, if we eventually hit the 200-day, which is on the top at the moment, if we hit that level, then we've just kind of reversed the whole thing, and this is going to be a golden opportunity. In fact, we should start seeing signals for a golden cross as well coming over, because remember, we've had plenty of death cross. I know there's another channel who's been banging on about every single death cross there is, like 1-day death cross, 2-day death cross, 3-day death cross, 4. Trust me, this guy's covered every other day of a death cross. So for me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this is an opportunity. A golden cross is about to come. And the zone we're in now, in a buy zone, absolute buy zone right now. If you look at the logarithmic chart, you can see we were below the levels that we need to be. And again, these are great opportunities to buy. So Tesla was definitely involved. I mean, it's a very large sum of funds. And if someone bought it, you know, I'm sure they sold it on spot anyway. They probably didn't sell it on the exchanges. But if they did, and that candle, that long, big, long candle, that's definitely got to be Tesla. So, yeah, I mean, if that was, then that was complete manipulation. That was done on purpose in order to bring the market down even further. So I mean, apart from being thrown off a little bit with the charts, being very confused, like, hold on, what the fuck do I do now? Excuse my language, but I was like, what do I do now? Because end of the day, this has messed up the charts. This was not factored into the charts. You know, human emotions and human sentiment and human actions, right? We can't actually factor those in. However, now that this has happened and the news is broken out, I can only make assumptions and say, well, this is what's happened. And then I've got to redraw the charts and say, okay, what could be the bottom now? Because the bottom was supposed to be the 19 something, whatever, the previous all-time high. That was supposed to be the bottom. So my battery's about to go